How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another video. It's Ghost Flipping here. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Today I wanted to kind of compare the Teflon Vulp to the Nabalis cheese, because this is a question I've been asked. People will ask me, hey, do you prefer the cheese or the Teflon Vulp? And I feel like they're both really good, but there are some significant differences between them that I really wanted to cover in today's video to kind of help some of you guys decide on which one you guys want to pick up. Because I do want to say right now, they are both very, very good balisongs, and they do both run in similar prices. So I think that Nabalis cheese is $75 and the Teflon I think is $80 or $85. I could be wrong, within that range, more or less. But yeah, so these are both new products from Nabalis that a lot of people are, hyping up, including me, because they both are significantly better than a lot of the past products from Nabalis. But yeah, so today I just kind of wanted to kind of compare these and tell you guys which one I prefer. But again, I do want to say, just because I prefer one of these over the other does not mean you do. This is all my opinion, and they are both very good flippers. So I did just want to get that out of the way. But anyways, so these are both Teflon coated, and they both flip incredibly well. And I mentioned in my past video that I learned the chatter on the cheese. Everybody's making a joke like, oh, you learned a cheddar on the cheese. Yeah, I learned the chatter on the cheese. And yeah, needless to say, it's very, very good. I like it a lot. And it's good for learning tricks, obviously, because I was able to learn the chatter on this. So this is a very, very good flipper for anybody who, is looking for a nice, non-threatening, public-friendly, flipper, right? And that's exactly what the cheese does. And not only is it public-friendly, but it flips incredibly well. So that's kind of where, it stands out compared to the Teflon Vulp, because at least with my variant, the black, or even the white, it's a lot less public-friendly, and a lot of people would be like, yo, is that a knife? And might kind of question that. But with the cheese, it's kind of really hard to, make the assumption of this being an actual knife, just because, of its friendly appearance. So that is really cool. Not only does it look kind of goofy and funny, but it also flips good. So that's cool that you can actually, flip something in public that flips well. So yeah, the cheese is very, very good. You honestly can't go wrong with the cheese. And I just love this guy. I've been flipping him so much. But the Teflon Vulp is its other competitor, right? Everybody's like, hey, the Teflon Vulp's in like a similar price range, and I'm curious if I should buy the Teflon Vulp. Well, I'm gonna tell you why I prefer the Teflon Vulp over the cheese. So there's a few reasons for this. One, I just like the way the Teflon Vulp carries momentum a little bit more than the cheese. All right. Now the cheese carries momentum significantly well. Like I don't want to get that twisted. I want to get that, make that clear that these both carry momentum very well. But the Teflon Vulp just really does meet my preferences a lot more compared to the cheese. And not to mention, I just like the overall design more of the Teflon Vulp, right? But again, they're both really, really good. And lastly is the sound of the Teflon Vulp. I feel like the Teflon Vulp is really, really hard to beat in terms of how it sounds. You can kind of hear that ring, right? I don't know about you, but that just sounds phenomenal. You really can't beat that. Like, that's honestly what... honestly, if it didn't have that ring, it would be a lot harder of a matchup, in my opinion. But I just really, really like the ring that the Teflon Vulp has. And just, the texturing, the smoothness of it, but also the good amount of texture. There's just so many things I like about the Teflon Vulp. And it's also very durable, as you can see. Holds tunes very well. But yeah, overall, the Teflon Vulp is very, very good. And I would recommend it to anybody alongside the Nabalis cheese. But for me, it's going to be the Teflon Vulp over the cheese. But again, I do want to say, don't take my opinion and just go buy a Teflon Vulp, right? Do your research, right? See which one you would be happier with, I guess. You got to take design into consideration, right? Which one do you like the look of more? Which one do you like the sound of more, right? And then you can also go on how balances are, because they are pretty similar in balance. Like the cheese and the Teflon Vulp, they both have a slight handle bias, so there's not really much of a difference in terms of that, like the balance, but just the way it carries momentum and the sound of the Teflon Vulp, I will pick over the cheese. But again, I do want to clarify, I would recommend the cheese over a standard Vulp any day. The Teflon coating is honestly such a big upgrade. And I honestly, if you want to pay a little more for a Teflon, if you want to pay a little more for a cheese instead of just the regular Vulp, I would highly recommend that, just because I feel like you will get a better bang for your buck. It'll flip better, and all that good stuff. It'll have more grip. So yeah, I guess to kind of sum it up, I prefer the Teflon Vulp over the cheese. That doesn't mean that the cheese is bad. That's just my personal opinion. And I would recommend the cheese over the regular Vulp any day. That is obvious. Any freaking day. The cheese is an excellent flipper, and you really can't go wrong with that. So yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these two guys in the comments down below. And yeah, like I said, I know they've been a pretty hot topic recently, but I did just want to mention kind of my thoughts on both of them and why I think they're both excellent flippers. And ultimately, I think it's up to you. Yeah, I wouldn't go around asking people like YouTubers, hey, which one would you buy, this or this? I would buy whichever one you want to buy, because ultimately they're both really, really good in their own ways, and they're both pretty different in terms of appearance, as you can tell. So at the end of the day, it just depends on what you prefer. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words here, so I guess I'm going to end the video here. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves, guys. Stay busy. We are very close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you are new here, a sub would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, face reveal at 1K, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.